Hey guys, so I've been getting tons and tons of questions about, sorry, I'll try to get this camera the best I can, but it's hanging around my neck here, about sizes, comparisons of what I'm making, some weights, some lengths, things like that, different scale types. So I wanted to give a basic overview of what I'm doing. This is the first year of making knives, so most people haven't had them in their hand before, so it's the first time for most buyers, so I totally understand why I'm getting so many questions on it. So I just wanted to go a quick thing through here. So this is the Bobcat model that I'm making. Okay, the shorter, wider drop point, Coyote, and the Lynx. These two have kind of basic bevels that I put on from the grinder before I actually put them on the manual sharpener. This one I haven't sharpened yet. I was just starting to make a sheath for it. So those are the three models I'm making right now. I am working on models for the future. I'm not going to post anything about those yet until I actually prototype them and get them ready to go. So this is what I got here. The first thing I want to go over is my scales. So the scales that I'm mostly going to make now are out of this thickness. So this is cut each side out of 1/4 inch micarta or G10, whatever it's going to be, but this one's micarta. So it's going to be cut out of 1/4 inch because I'm doing those deeper textures. So it's a little bit thicker. It's still great for EDC. Like, it definitely doesn't make it too thick to carry in the pocket. I mean, to me, it's perfect. It gives you a little bit more purchase on there. So I'm going to make most of mine out of this. But what I'm going to do is now post on the website, because I still will be making some of these, the little bit thinner ones, but it's mostly going to be out of 1/4 inch. So this one, as you can see, it's a little bit thinner. If I post it up here, right, a little bit thinner there. I mean, this one's G10, but this one is out of 3/16 compared to the 1/4. Okay, so I'm gonna do some topo ones in the future. I'll keep that, and when I make these, I'll do a little bit less of the texture to keep it a little bit thicker, so they won't have those big, deep kind of grooves as you see in this one and as you see like that one, just because I don't want to make it too thin. And again, like, a lot of people like it thinner, so I'm gonna be still making both, but I guess it just depends on preference. There's really not a huge difference when you feel them in hand. I mean, clearly, if this one's a little bit thinner, it's gonna have less thickness on the grip. It'll slide into pocket a little bit better, but once you put Kydex on or leather, you really don't feel a difference at all. So that's my opinion, but again, most of them are going to be on this, and I'll still be making, still a lot like this, but those are two differences. Also, I'm using 332 blade stock. Okay, so I'm using Nitro V right now. It's a very tough steel. 332, getting it down nice and thin, no issues. So that's why I went 332, because I keep these things super light. I do have a cutout in all of them through here, through the steel, that makes them even lighter. So that's what I got, 332 inch blade stock. Now, and again, same thing for the Bobcat there. So a quick weight, and again, this is going to vary depending on the material that's used for the scales. That's pretty much the only thing that's going to change this. But Bobcat with 1/4 inch micarta scales is at 342 ounces. A Coyote with 1/4 inch micarta scales is 349. And the Lynx with G10 3/16 scales is 3.6. Okay, so G10's a little bit heavier than the micarta. So that's what you have for weight. Under 4 ounces, all of them. And let's go to size, because this is the biggest question I'm getting, is about size, length, exact measurements. I post them on my website, but I just wanted you to see it in person as well. So I think this will be the best showing of it. So I'll put that right to the base there. I'll try to move this camera the best I can. So the Lynx is coming in, it's a hair over 6.5. Okay, so I think it's like 6.6 is where it's actually at. So just a hair over 6.5. And the blade is at, so the full stock blade to where the scales start is about 3, and the cutting edge is like 2.75. Well, the sharpened parts, if you go here like this, you get a little bit more cutting edge. So that, yeah, cutting edge is about 2.75 on this guy. Okay. Now for the Bobcat, let's do the same thing. We'll put it right at where it lines up. So here we're looking at same, just over 6.5 inches there. Drop the phone. So I am horrible at videotaping camera stuff. Learning as I go here. What are you gonna do? So I'll get that back to where it had to be. So just over 6.5, and yeah, blade to the scale, start of the scale is at right around 3, and then just about 2.75 for the cutting edge. Okay, there's the Bobcat, and then for the Coyote, put it lined up correct. We're looking at almost 7.5, so like, 7 3/8, right? With the from tip to start of the scale, about a little over 3.5, 3 5/8, 3 6/8 about maybe, and then here's the cutting edge. So the cutting edge is almost at 3.5, so 3 3/8 cutting edge of the blade. Okay, so I hope that helps some people. If you still have questions, of course, reach out to me through email, Instagram. That's where people have been reaching me at, and it's been working, fairly well. If I don't get back to you, that day, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So again, this one I made for kind of all-purpose, everyday carry, and like a traditional hunting style knife. This one, everyday carry, just again all around drop point blade, do everything knife. This is what I carry every day. And then you got the Lynx, call it a sheep's foot, Warncliffe, reverse Tonto, whatever name you want to pick for this thing. I couldn't really tell you what it may be, and everyone's gonna have a little different opinion. So all 3 great everyday carry knives. These 2 a little bit shorter in the pocket, but this thing's still working well. What I'm doing as well, talk to you a little bit about this, is, so these are 1/8 inch holes that get cut in. And what I'm doing on my first couple batches, I wasn't dremeling these down. So they were a little bit rougher on the finger. Still good, not like overly rough, but like that was the first, probably the first 30 I made. I wasn't dremeling. So now what I'm doing is, if I can get a good view, I'm slightly dremeling down the inside and the side ridges here, so that you still get a great purchase, but it doesn't bite your finger like crazy. So this is, like, to me, super comfortable. You could rub your finger over this and not even care. It doesn't hurt. And it's super comfortable, and it still gives you a super good grip. So that's for the thumb up there on the Coyote. And then when you want to choke up, say you're cutting a deer, whatever you're going to do with this, cutting boxes even, you have, the way I hold it is this finger goes right in here, pointer finger goes right in those front jimping. So that's how I designed it based on my hand. I have a large size glove, so based on that, it's like perfect fit. I keep this right up here at a straight 90 degrees. This thing is sharp, so that you can throw sparks on a ferro rod from this point. Okay, I was thinking about doing it here. I did it on some, but then, you know, if you want to bring your finger up there, it's just not comfortable to have like a pure 90 degree angle on that. So this is plenty of purchase for a ferro rod. Same on here. This is all smoothed out. This is all smoothed out. So nice and comfortable to put your thumb in there, give a little push into that ramp, and then if you want to choke up with the thumb or bring your finger up, hold it the same way I was holding the Coyote, tucking that finger in, giving that good grip there. Again, it's all taken down super comfortable, and this I leave at a straight 90, so super sharp, it'll throw sparks. All right, and then same thing, I'm just repeating myself. All taken down here, super nice, you can push into it, comfy, and then 90 degree. Okay, so that's that. I gotta clean this lanyard hole out a little bit, huh? Things looking janky. These ones are getting finished up for Sunday's drop. So yeah, that is that. Any other questions, you know, let me know. I guess I'll go through this too. The screws I'm using are 332 Allen wrenches, Allen keys, whatever you want to call them. So it's a 332 Allen is what I'm using for those. And that's it. Any questions, you know where to find me. All right? Thanks, guys.